Chamber has taken up various burning issues such as the Gram Panchayat tax, legal matters, Mathadi issues, local self-government, pay and toll. Besides, Chamber has been conducting various meaningful programs for the benefit of the members. Some of these are post-budget sessions, customs and indirect taxations, seminars on industrial safety, Kaizen Mela team building, lean manufacturing, 5S, CEO dinner, etc. In the year 2006, the Chamber was notified by Ministry of Commerce, Office of DGFT as an authorized agency for issuing Certificate of Origin non-preferential. The Chamber, through its HR committee, plays a meaningful role in maintaining peaceful industrial relations. Regular meetings are conducted with police officials and other stakeholders in this regard. Recognizing the role of sports, the Chamber started DCCIA Cricket League for member industries, which has received a very good response.
I am the member of the Executive Committee of Deccan Chamber of Commerce and Industries.
The Chamber publishes 4 quarterly magazines called Sathi. Besides this, we also publish 1 annual magazine called Sparsh, which covers all the activities of the Chamber during the year.
DCCIA has signed MOUs with various organizations for mutual cooperation. Telangana Chamber of Commerce, Sahyadri Hospital, Indo-Latin American Chamber of Commerce, Federations of Telangana Chamber of Commerce, SECO, MIT ADT, Global India Business Forum, Indo-African Chamber of Commerce, KEM Hospital Pune, Indo-Arab Chamber of Commerce, Asia-Africa Chamber of Commerce, EU Chamber of Commerce, World Trade Center. During the recent pandemic, the economic growth of India and the world had come to a standstill. It was a difficult time for the industries and the workers. That is when DCCIA came forward to support its member companies and the workers. The Chamber also ran Oxygen Concentrators project with Rotary Club Pune downtown. The Chamber provided oxygen plant to KEM Hospital in association with RCPD and facilitated donation of cardiac ambulances to Sahyadri Hospital. Since its inception, DCCIA has been contributing a lot towards industrial growth. It is carrying forward its mission of supporting the member industries and helping the communities around them in various ways.
Our aim is we should be the most vibrant Chamber of Commerce around in this region. And
I consider this Chamber growing from a small association to a Chamber of Commerce today.
In a country of more than 1 billion dreams, a few lives stand apart. Not because they sought power, but because they chose purpose. This is the story of a man who believed that leadership is not about authority, but responsibility. A man who walked from the smallest villages to the world's biggest stages, carrying India in his heart. This is the journey of Shri Suresh Prabhu. Every extraordinary journey begins with ordinary roots. Born into a modest background, Suresh Prabhu learned early that education, discipline, and integrity were non-negotiable values. A brilliant student, he became a chartered accountant with All India Rank 11, pursued law, commerce, and later advanced global research in climate change and public finance. But even at the peak of academic excellence, his heart remained firmly grounded in the realities of common people. For him, success was never about personal achievement. It was always about public service. Six times elected to Parliament, trusted across political lines, entrusted with 10 major union cabinet portfolios. Yet, power never changed him. It strengthened his sense of duty. From power and environment to railways, commerce, aviation, and heavy industries, his work touched nearly every critical sector of India's growth. He believed governance must not stay confined to files and offices. So he traveled to 120 plus countries, every Indian state, and nearly 80% of all districts, listening, learning, and acting. Because leadership begins with understanding people, not commanding them. As Minister of Railways, he didn't just modernize infrastructure, he restored public trust. He launched massive safety reforms, upgraded stations, introduced high-speed Wi-Fi, improved cleanliness, and focused relentlessly on passenger comfort. Trains like Tejas Express, Humsafar, and Train 18 redefined how India experienced rail travel. His philosophy was simple. If millions travel by rail every day, then millions deserve dignity, safety, and comfort. On the world stage, Suresh Prabhu emerged as one of India's strongest voices. As India's G20 and G7 Sherpa, he shaped global dialogues on climate action, sustainable development, trade, and technology. At the United Nations, World Economic Forum, and major global institutions, he carried a clear message. India will rise, but it will rise responsibly. Growth without sustainability is progress without conscience. Away from cameras and headlines lies the quiet work that defines his soul. Through Manav Sadhan Vikas Sanstha, he transformed the lives of thousands of families across rural Maharashtra. Education, healthcare, livelihood, skill development. Not as charity, but as empowerment. Hundreds of ambulances, development centers, and community programs stand as living proof of his belief. True leadership begins where personal comfort ends. Amid relentless responsibilities, he remains deeply spiritual. Impact. His life reminds us that success is not measured by position but by contribution. A thinker, a reformer, a servant of the nation, Shri Suresh Prabhu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The guest of today is already arrived. Request everyone to please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Great institutions are built not just by ideas, but by leadership, integrity, and collective effort. On behalf of the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industries, and Agriculture, Pune, it is my privilege to welcome you to this prestigious award ceremony 2026. We are honored to inform that our chief guest, Honorable Shri Suresh Prabhu, former Union Cabinet Minister and Chancellor, Rishihood University, is here, and we welcome you, sir. We now proceed with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. Tamso Ma Jyotir Gamya, from darkness lead us to light. May I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for this auspicious beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause, please? Leadership is not about position, it's about purpose. And I now request all dignitaries and honorable chief guests kindly take seats on the dais. A leader deserves not applause alone, but heartfelt felicitation. We now proceed with the felicitation of our chief guest, Honorable Shri Suresh Prabhu, as a mark of a deep respect and gratitude. Now I request Vice Chairman to please confer Puneri Pagdi to our chief guest. May I request Chairman to please hand over the memento to our chief guest, please. Thank you. Let me take you through the brief profile of our chairman and vice chairman. Dr. Prakash Dhoka. He is the founder and managing director of Industrial Metal Powders India Private Limited, located in Koregaon, Bhimatal district, Pune. IMP is the world's largest manufacturer of electric reduced iron powder and flakes, exports to over 32 countries. IMP is one of the only two companies in the world who produces 99.9% pure electrolyte iron flakes. IMP, he is the director of Incredible AMP Private Limited as well. Incredible in first company in India to produce patent-specific implants. He has been the recipient of Export Excellence Star Award from EEPC from the last 11 consecutive years on a national level. IMP has won Top 100 SME of India twice. Now I'll take you to the profile of Chairman H.P. Srivastav. He is the director at Trident International Private Limited, a reputed company and government-recognized export house engaged in manufacturing and exporting Traxter brand solid industrial tires, wheels and tracks. He is also the director at Malaya Polytech Industries Private Limited, a reputed manufacturer of technically specified rubber in southern India. He, in the past, was the chairman of Export Promotion Council for SEZ and EOUs under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. He is the former member of College Development Committee at Neswadia College of Commerce, Pune. He is the member of Startup and Innovation Cell, SSMS Law College, Pune. He is also the member of Board of Trustee of Rashtriya Life Saving Society, India. Mr. Srivastav holds a brilliant academic record. He did his master's degree in business administration from Pune University, standing 9th in the merit list of Pune University. Before doing his MBA, he did his LLB and diploma in Masters in Labor Law and Labor Welfare from Pune University. With this great profile, I formally invite Chairman H.P. Srivastav and Vice Chairman Mr. Prakash Dhoka to deliver the joint welcome address.
Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Suresh Prabhu ji, other distinguished guests, awardees, our ever supportive members, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. As we gather for this annual award function, we aren't just celebrating individual excellence, we are celebrating the collective spirit of the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, a spirit that has thrived for over 3 decades. Before we look ahead, it is vital to acknowledge the path we have walked. The year 2025 is a year of advocacy in action. During the year, your chamber has been vocal advocate on various fronts. Notable amongst them were some of them. One was the representation before the MERC regarding power tariff hike. You all may be aware that in the month of March 2025, MERC had given a reasoned order against the petition of MSCDCL, and the tariff for industries were quite reasonable. Even the solar power uses, the facilities were extended. But that order was challenged by MSCDCL, and in June 2025, that order was reversed, and the new tariff was imposed, which was adversarial to the industries. This order was challenged before the Bombay High Court, and Bombay High Court has set aside this order, and again hearings are going on. Our endeavor is that industries' power tariff costs should not go up, and this is where we have worked. Second was a representation before Government of Maharashtra regarding new industrial policy. You all are aware that Government of Maharashtra has announced the new industrial policy from 1st of January 2026. A lot of inputs were given by us regarding this policy, and some of the features which you are seeing in this policy regarding the export-oriented unit, the investment in machinery, etc., are due to the consequent effort by the chamber. We also, immediately when the Trump tariff came in a few months ago, when he declared the tariff on the Indian merchandise and also a penal tariff, a lot of suggestions were given by us to mitigate this problem. And I'm happy to say one of the suggestions was giving the loan at a lower interest rate to the industry so that they can be at par with other competitors globally. This has been accepted, and the RBI policy is there where the loan is being given at 2.50% to MSMEs. Great step for mitigating it. Today the geopolitical situation is totally different and we are seeing changes every day. We also, our suggestion before the Task Force Committee of Government of Maharashtra regarding enhancing export competitiveness of exporters. A lot of suggestions were given, some of which found way in the industrial policy, and I'm still hopeful that some of our suggestions will still be implemented in times to come.
Friends, highlights of the events conducted by DCCIA during the year 2025. We conducted many events. I just go through few of them. MBA Global Program at Lexicon, Camp for Expedition Completion of UN Activation and Seeding of Bank Account, Employees Provident Fund, MSME Roundtable, SIDBI Cluster Intervention Program, an expo of metal forming and metal welding technology show at International Exhibition and Convention Center, Pune. Commercial and industrial clean energy meet we conducted at least 2 or 3 times in 2025. Warehousing and Supply Chain Summit open house session. This was more beneficial to people, many of our friends who wanted to go in for warehousing business in a big way. Interlogical Warehouse Expo in May 2025. Session on talent management versus performance management, knowing the difference. It gave big input to who attended the program. World Environment Day celebration, this we do every year. And this every year we plant lot of trees, we clean the Korega Bhima Saraswati area also in a big way. Powering Indian enterprises with rooftop solar. Again, this meeting has given lot of inputs to our industries who wanted to have their own solar plant on the rooftop. Open house with MSCDCL, we resolve so many problems of interrupted power supply with our members industries. ESCI camp for benefits of under ESCI, SPRI 2025, amnesty scheme and medical benefits. This has given a lot of benefits to answer questions of our members. Perspective of labor laws from point of view of HR managers and upcoming labor codes. New labor codes have come and we have conducted our seminar on that. First aid and life-saving workshop for residents of village on Nagar Road and surrounding member companies. Friends, we have conducted this in 5 villages and we have created people now who can save life of others in case of emergencies. Meeting with Shri Apurva Chandra, Chairman Task Force Committee, Government of Maharashtra for Export Competitiveness. Reconnect Summit in 2025. Meeting with Chief Engineer, MECDCL, Baramati Circle. Here again, we have given lot of inputs to how our member industries will get non-interrupted power supply. Rise of 2025 SMB Connect. Meeting with Nakriswans, I am not able to pronounce the name properly, Director and Consul Investment of Thailand Board of Investment, Royal Thai Consulate General. They have come to our office and we have signed an MOU with them. DCCI Corporate Cricket League 2026, it was conducted in this month only.
We also conducted the workshop and webinars. As Dr. Dhokha said, the new labor codes have come in, which is going to change the entire scenario of the industry. And we conducted the navigating labor codes, employers' responsibilities in the new labor code era. We also conducted a seminar, a webinar on practical implications of India's new data protection law. This is again a very important law and very, very relevant to the industries. Of course, it is going to be effective for about, we have 18 months window, but it has a lot of implications for all the industries and members. And we conducted a seminar on this. We also conducted 2 seminars on ESG for MSME. Very relevant one because ESG, as you all know, for all the NSE listed company, it is 500 is going to be mandatory. For others also, it has got huge implication in the global trade scenario. We also signed a MOU with MIT ACSC Alandi Pune as per our program of academia industry interaction. With that motto, this has been signed.
Our visions and aspirations. As we look into 2026, our vision is anchored in our motto, productivity, peace and prosperity. Pune is no longer just a Detroit of the East. It is becoming a global hub for clean energy and digital transformation. Our vision for the upcoming year includes, number one, digital maturity, helping our members move from traditional manufacturing industry to Industry 4.0 through dedicated digital transformation initiative. Global connectivity, strengthening our tie-up with international chambers to open new export corridors for the Pune-made products.
Mentorship ecosystem for MSME. We are committed to fostering a mentorship ecosystem for MSMEs. In this direction, I am very pleased to announce here that we will be soon establishing a MSME hub at the office of DCCIA. This project is being driven by our EC member, Mr. Saurabh Sharma. I will request Mr. Sharma to stand up. He is the one he is going to head this project. A round of applause to him. So under this project, twice in a month, experts from member industries will be available to help MSMEs on the various matters relating to their business operations. We also have a vision on greener industrial belt. We also envision a greener industrial belt. We'll continue to push for solar adaptation and sustainable waste management, ensuring that Pune's growth does not come at the cost of its environment.
We appeal our members to participate in maximum numbers in the various programs and events conducted by the Chamber, to encourage their senior executive to contribute by becoming member of the various subcommittees of DCCIA, to strengthen the hands of Chamber by helping and bringing new members.
Thank you. Before we conclude, tomorrow is the International Women's Day, and I take this opportunity to wish all the ladies here and also the gentlemen a very happy Women's Day. They are the driving force of their life. May their tribe rise. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the welcome address. Knowledge is the most powerful engine of growth. And now I invite our knowledge partners, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology and Vishwakarma University Pune, to share their presentation.
Namaskar. Good evening to all. It's my privilege to brief you about the Vishwakarma Institutes, and I'm here as a part of Vishwakarma Group, Director Technology. Vishwakarma started its operation in 1983 as a first venture called as a VIT, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology. Then after, in 2002, we started Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology. Main motto is, there is an IT boom at that time, and we are going to establish the IT center over there. But in 2007 and 8, we realized that the mechanical and civil is also in boom, so we started mechanical civil as well in the other campus. In 2017, we have our latest baby called as the Vishwakarma University. The earlier two was mainly focused on the engineering, and Vishwakarma University is mainly focusing on the non-engineering part. So architecture, law, arts, science, commerce, and the other colleges as well. Recent news is VIT and VIIT are merged now and is called as VIT Bibwewadi campus and VIT Kondwa campus. There are two campuses available. We have computer-related background courses, say computer, IT, and the allied courses of computer called as, say, data science, AI, machine learning, software engineering as well, and a non-IT courses, civil, mechanical, instrumentation, then we can have ENTC, electronics telecommunication, and the other courses as well. So in Vishwakarma, we mainly focuses on project-based learning, where there are 3 verticals. Mainly the academics vertical is there. In relation with the academics, we are also focused on the industry and the research. And that is why I'm here, to how the industry and the academics will be collaborating to each other. So there are multiple ways. We are already practicing that models in our Vishwakarma group. One is the project-based learning, with which the industry can float the problem statement to us. I know that with your busy schedule and busy production timing, March end, right? So we have to get the targets before March. So at that time, you please offload your work which you want to develop to us. In other words, challenge us so that we can develop a solution, the professors and the students, along with you, your mentor. We had already set up the multiple center of excellences thanks to industries. Say Center of Excellence for Atlas Copco, Fluid Control, and the multiple industries as well. Thanks to our alumni, Indranil Chitraji. Thank you very much for having multiple projects given to us, rather challenge to us, and we are successfully giving the solutions of those problem statements. We are also having the Technology Research Center with us, and that again, we are engineering college, so there are some areas, for example, healthcare, health centers, health sciences, agriculture, and the energy and sustainable development. So within that, we are developing a technology research centers, again, thanks to multiple industries, to give a problem statement related with that. Not only engineering solution, not only the manufacturing one, we are also dealing with the multiple science development or research team, say for example, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Ayuka, and the multiple research labs available over here, so that we are also giving the engineering solutions to solve their science problem. So in other words, please challenge us, and so that we can give a solution to you. Oh, so Doka ji, so he's our student for PhD at Vishwakarma University. Thank you, sir. So alumni are over here, so you can ask to those alumni. So for the PhD, yes. So there is also stall over here. There are some sample problem statements. One is from Forbes Marshall, one is from Atlas Copco, are putting over there. Please visit those stall and encourage those students as well. And again, I repeat, challenge us, we will give solutions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now we arrive at the heart of this evening. The Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture Pune Awards 2026. Excellence is not an act, it is a habit. I humbly invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Suresh Prabhu, to confer the awards upon the distinguished awardees. DCCIA Pune Award for Excellence in Best HR Practices 2026 goes to Chemical India Private Limited. Audience, we can be a little louder also. Thank you. So give it up for Chemical India Private Limited. DCCIA Pune Award for Excellence in Best Safety Practices 2026 goes to Renata Mechatronics Private Limited. DCCI Pune Award for Excellence in Best Digital Transformation Initiative 2026 goes to Vaika Instrument India Private Limited. Audience, with this, we've given you one survey form, which is Digital Transformation and AI Readiness Survey. We request you to please fill it up, and our team will collect it from you. Coming up, the next DCCI Annual Award for Best HR Committee. DCCI HR Committee, and with this, I wanted to invite former Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Jairam Paigure. He's the Advisor Security and Other Matter to DCCI. So it goes to HR Committee. HR Committee, please come up on the stage. DCCI Safety, Health and Environment Committee. May I request Safety, Health and Environment Committee to please step forward. DCCIA Finance, GST and Foreign Trade Committee. May I request Finance Committee to please step up on the stage. Get lot of cheer and applause, and that is the buzz in today's environment, which is IT committee. So please give a round of applause to IT committee, and also invite Dr. Deepak Shikarpur, who's the advisor to DCCI committee. So give it up for IT committee, everyone. Thank you. DCCI Annual Award Function 2026 presented to Knowledge Partner Vishwakarma Institute of Technology and Vishwakarma University Pune in recognition of their sponsorship. and have a special heartfelt gratitude for its members. Executive committee members, may I request to please come over the stage. Mr. Mukul Varshne, Mr. Ratin Sinha, Mr. Aditya Pite, Mr. Yogesh Vaghani, and Mr. Saurabh Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause a little louder. Can we cheer this executive committee, please? Thank you. Thank you, members. Now, DCCI Pune Award for Excellence in Social Service 2026 goes to Shri Ashok Deshmane, who's the founder of Snehavan Pune. I'll just share a little bit about Snehavan. It was founded in 2015 by Ashok Deshmane, who chose to walk away from a promising professional career to dedicate his life to the most forgotten. Snehavan today is an epitome of purpose, the promise of a better tomorrow for children, no matter how fragile their beginnings may have been. What began humbly in 2 rented rooms has today grown into a nurturing campus and a home for over 180 children. More than an institution, Snehavan is a family where children who have lost everything find stability, love, and belonging. Underpinning its work is the philosophy of one family, one home. Here, children are empowered through education, health, emotional security, and values that shape character and resilience. Snehavan's commitment extends beyond academics. Through holistic education, like skills and vocational training, the organization prepared children to face the world with confidence. With libraries, laboratories, and skill training in agriculture, technology, and entrepreneurship. Snehavan has been recognized with a number of accolades in the past, and now it is the turn of Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture to confer upon its prestigious DCCIA Pune Award for Excellence Social Service 2026. Please give a big round of applause. Shri Ashok Deshmane ji, we want you to please say few words.
प्रथमतः DCCI चे चेअरमन प्रेसिडेंट HP श्रीवास्तव सर, आदरणीय ढोका सर आणि सर्व टीमचे मी मनापासून आभार व्यक्त करतो. व्यासपीठावर सर्व दिग्गज मान्यवर आहेत, आदरणीय प्रभू सर आणि समोर बसलेलेही सर्व माझ्यापेक्षा वयाने, मानाने आणि कामाने सर्व आदरणीय आहेत. या पुरस्कारासाठी आमची निवड करून आम्हाला खरं तर मोठे आशीर्वाद DCCIAच्या सर्व टीमने दिले आहेत. जेव्हा 10 वर्षापूर्वी ITची नोकरी सोडून हे काम चालू केलं होतं, तेव्हा 10 बाय 10च्या फक्त 2 रूम होत्या आणि 10x10च्या 2 रूममध्ये आम्ही 30 जणं झोपायचो. एका रूममध्ये 18-20 मुलं झोपायचे. आणि डोळ्यासमोर फक्त एक होतं की महाराष्ट्रामध्ये जे शेतकरी आत्महत्या करतात त्यांच्या आत्महत्या थांबल्या पाहिजे. पण तो खूप मोठा इश्यू आहे किंवा खूप मोठा विषय आहे. तर मग आपण एक समाजाचा जबाबदार घटक म्हणून आपण काय काम करू शकतो. तर म्हटलं की अंधकार को क्यों धिक्कारे, आजचा आहे एक दिया जलाय. आणि तिथून सुरुवात झाली की कोणालाही तक्रार करायची नाही, कोणालाही नाव ठेवायचं नाही. आपल्या परीने एक नैतिक जबाबदारी म्हणून आपण काय करू शकतो. लग्ना अगोदर 25-26व्या वर्षी एक 18-20 मुलांची जबाबदारी घेऊन काम चालू केलं. आणि 9-10 महिने नाईट शिफ्ट केल्यानंतर असं जाणवलं की ह्या कामाला खूप वेळ द्यावा लागतो. आणि मग नोकरी सोडून दिली. नोकरी सोडल्यानंतर मोठा प्रश्न होता की बायको भेटेल का नाही भेटेल. आणि उद्या वुमन्स डे आहे जसं सरांनी सांगितलं. अर्चना नावाच्या मुलीने 19व्या वर्षी माझ्यासोबत लग्न केलं आणि आज ती जवळपास 180 मुलांची आई आहे. आज माझं वय 35 वर्ष आहे, बायकोचं वय 27 वर्ष आहे. कामाचा व्याप वाढत होता. 30-40 लोकांचा स्वयंपाक ती एकटी करायची आणि त्या कामाच्या व्यापामध्ये तिचं मिसकॅरेज झालं. डॉक्टर रवींद्र कुलकर्णी म्हणून हॉस्पिटल आहे भोसरीमध्ये, त्यांच्याकडे आम्ही ट्रीटमेंटला म्हणून गेलो. त्या ट्रीटमेंटच्या तेवढ्या ओळखीमुळं त्यांनी आमचं काम 2 वर्ष बघितलं आणि जवळपास 2 कोटी रुपयाची 2 एकर जागा त्यांनी आम्हाला आळंदीजवळ दान केली. आणि आम्हाला असं वाटलं की खरं तर ही पांडुरंगाची इच्छा आहे. समाजातले जे चांगले माणसं आहेत त्यांच्यामुळे हे काम चालू आहे. आम्ही फक्त निमित्त मात्र आहोत. पुण्यामध्ये परभणी जिल्ह्याहून आम्ही जेव्हा पोट भरायला आलो तेव्हा आपलं पोटही भरता नसतं आलं. ITमध्ये राहून 2 BHK फ्लॅट घेतला असताना आयुष्यभर त्याचं लोन फेडत बसलो असतो. पण पांडुरंगाने ह्या कामामध्ये वळवलं. चांगले माणसं तुमच्यासारखे आम्हाला भेटले, त्यामुळे कुठंतरी आम्हाला चांगलं काम करण्याचं भाग्य लाभलं. आज तिथे फक्त मुलांना खाऊपिऊ घालणं आणि सांभाळणं असं आम्ही करत नाही, तर जवळपास 15 प्रकारच्या लॅब तिथे आहेत आणि जवळपास 14 देशातल्या लोकांनी तिथे आम्हाला भेट दिलेली आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये मुलांना कपडे कसे शिवायचे हेही शिकवतो, कपडे कसे धुवायचे हेही शिकवतो. आणि नुकतंच मागच्या महिन्यामध्ये KBCमध्येही आम्हाला तिथे बोलवलं होतं. त्याच्यामध्ये मी तुमच्या सर्वांना विनंती करेन की आमचा 7वी-8वीचा मुलगा जो गावाखेड्यातून आलेला, आधी बोलायचा नाही, तो आज AI वापरून 2-2, 3-3 वेबसाईट बनवतो. आणि मागच्या महिन्यामध्ये ChatGPTने त्याची स्टोरी कव्हर केली. इंस्टाग्रामला तो खूप व्हायरल झाला. आणि आम्हाला असं वाटलं की हे काम करण्यासाठी पांडुरंगाने आम्हाला बळ दिलं. त्याच माध्यमातून हा जो आज पुरस्कार भेटला आहे तेही पुरस्कार आम्ही आशीर्वाद म्हणून स्वीकारतो. तुमच्या सर्वांना विनंती करतो की तुम्ही सर्वांनी एकदा स्नेहवनला आवर्जून भेट द्यावी. धन्यवाद. रामकृष्ण हरी.
धन्यवाद देशमाने जी. Now DCCI Pune Award for Excellence in Public Service 2025 goes to Shri Naval Kishore Ram, who is the Municipal Corporation, Pune Municipal Corporation. May I request Shri Naval Kishore Ram to please come over the stage. He is an alumnus of Delhi University Hindu College with a postgraduate degree in history. You initially joined the IPS in 2007 under Bihar Cardin before finding your calling in Indian Administrative Services in 2008. Your footprint across Maharashtra is extensive. From your early days as Assistant Collector in Nanded and SDM in Pusar to your transformative leadership as CEO of Zilla Parishad in Yavatmal, you have consistently tackled ground-level challenges as District Collector of Bir, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, and eventually Pune. You became a familiar face of dependable governance. Your expertise was further recognized on the national stage, where you served with distinction as a director of the Prime Minister's office and subsequently as Joint Secretary Revenue in the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Beyond crisis management, your legacy is built on sustainability. You made significant contribution to the water conservation and the implementation of crop insurance, providing a safety net to our agriculture heartlands. Today, as you head the Pune Municipal Corporation, you continue to bridge the gap between policy and people, ensuring that the wheels of progress move in tandem with the needs of every citizen. For your stellar record in public administration, your empathetic leadership during times of crisis, and your tireless pursuit of better governed India, the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture is proud to present you the DCCI Award of Excellence Public Service 2025 and wish you success and glory in all your endeavors. श्री नवल किशोर जी, हम 2 मिनट आपके सुनना चाहेंगे, 2 शब्द।
Thank you so much, Srivastava ji. Thank you so much, Prakash Dhoka ji, for actually, recognizing my work, because we have been working together for the last 7 years, because I was also Pune collector and I have worked with you very closely during COVID days. So the special thing for today, this prize ceremony, is that I'm getting this award through someone, the stature of Suresh Prabhu ji. So one of the most distinguished leaders of the country, and I am actually personally a great admirer of sir's work and his achievements, because many of you may not be aware the kind of policy making he has done in the past for many decades. Like just one example, about this Electricity Act 2003, one of the landmark policies in Government of India is done by sir, and there's so many things. He's a great. And he has a superb control and command over, diverse in many areas in finance, commerce, infrastructure, telecom. Definitely in all his portfolios, he has been contributing a lot to the country. So I'm really grateful to you, sir, that I'm getting this award through you. And the second most important thing, मी थोडक्यात मराठी बोलतो एकच आता जास्तीत जास्त पुणेकरांचं मत असं आहे की पीएमसी काम करत नाही, बरोबर ना? आणि आता तुम्ही पीएमसी कमिशनरला अवॉर्ड दिला, हे बघा किती मोठा म्हणजे कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन्स आहे. म्हणजे हे अवॉर्ड तर मला कुठेतरी वाटतं की काही याच्या मागे तुमचे साजिश आहे की आता पीएमसी काम करेल. आता एकदा तुम्ही जर कमिशनरला अवॉर्ड दिला म्हणजे त्यांना आता काम करावंच लागेल आणि दाखवावं लागेल की चांगले अधिकारी आहे. आणि खरं म्हणजे हा तुमचा जो अवॉर्ड आहे, आय एम जस्ट एक्सेप्टिंग विथ सो मच ह्यूमिलिटी, बिकॉज ये मुझे पता है कि इस तरह का सम्मान जब हमें मिलता है तो जैसे आपने इतना कुछ पढ़ा मेरे बारे में, वी हैव बीन अ हैबिट ऑफ गेटिंग प्राइजेज, नॉट सो मच ऑफ प्रेज बाय द वे. मतलब इतनी सारी बातें मुझे ही नहीं पता है कि मैं कितना अच्छा हूँ. सो आई फेल्ट सो गुड. और मतलब ये शाम बहुत ही अच्छा रहा, बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट वन ऑफ द मोस्ट अनफॉरगेटेबल इवनिंग फॉर मी. एक ही चीज़ मैं बताऊंगा, मैं आपको बोला था कि थोड़ा सा 1-2 मिनट बढ़ा दीजिएगा मेरे लिए. सो बीइंग अ गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर, व्हाट आई शुड से टू यू, बिकॉज आई बीन थ्रू अ वेरी रिगरस एग्जाम्स that is called UPSC, and I believe that all the officers who come through UPSC, they all are very intelligent, they all are very capable. But what actually makes a difference between two officers? I just believe that it's just one thing, that's called intent, nothing else. Because सारे ऑफिसर सभी लोग में कैपेबिलिटी है. इंटेंट किसका कैसा है समाज के प्रति? सर एक उदाहरण देता हूँ. सर आई एम द लॉन्गेस्ट सर्विंग कलेक्टर ऑफ बीड. बीड को लोग बोलते हैं बिहार का महाराष्ट्र. अब ये महाराष्ट्र के लोग ही बोलते हैं. हाँ, तो ये उनका बिहार और महाराष्ट्र दोनों के प्रति प्रेम दिखाता है. अब मैं जब वहाँ पर गया था तो एक छोटी सी बात ये है कि एक कलेक्टर थे मेरे पहले. सो ही हैड रिटन अ बुक इन मराठी. The name of the book was Beed Ek Bhayan Vastav. Means Beed is a horrific reality. He just tried to paint Beed in such a kind of a way that you'll not like to go to Beed at all. तो जब मैं गया वहाँ पे तो मैंने सोचा कि भाई बीड के बारे में इतनी कहानियाँ सुनी हैं, इतना बुरा आखिर है क्या. मैं सबको गौर से देखता था की काय है त्या माणसामध्ये की इतका लोक यांच्या बाबतीत बोलतात. So I adopted one, very simple strategy. मैंने बिल्कुल ये दिल से कहना शुरू किया और दिल से मानना शुरू किया कि बीड महाराष्ट्र का सबसे अच्छा जिला है. मैंने हर भाषण में बोला की तुम्ही या महाराष्ट्राचे सर्वात चांगले लोक आहात आणि तुम्हाला चांगला समजूनच मी काम करणार आहेत. बिकॉज उन्होंने पहली बार देखा था कि कलेक्टर सुबह 9 बजे ऑफिस जाता है और 9 बजे शाम तक बैठता है. पहली बार उसने देखा कि एक कलेक्टर 1400 गाँव का विजिट भी करता है. पहली बार ये देखा कि ऑफिस में कुछ हद तक ट्रांसपेरेंसी आई है. तो मैंने उनको बोला कि आप अच्छे इसलिए हैं कि जनता लोग कभी भी खराब नहीं होता है, इंसान कभी खराब नहीं होता. मैं मानता हूँ बिकॉज मैं एक सोशल साइंस का स्टूडेंट हूँ और मेरी फिलॉसफी बहुत ही इनग्रेंड है इस मामले में. तो मैं बीड के लोगों को बोलता था कि देखो एक सेट ऑफ पीपल, एक ग्रुप जो है अगर कहीं बस स्टॉप पे जाता है तो दौड़ के भाग के रुमाल अपना डालता है ताकि मुझे सीट मिल जाए. दे लुक लाइक काइंड ऑफ वेरी अनसिविलाइज्ड पीपल. बस स्टॉप पे जाते हैं तो काफ़ी धक्का. वही सेट ऑफ पीपल अगर एयरपोर्ट पे जाता है दे बिहेव लाइक अ वेरी सिविलाइज्ड काइंड ऑफ पीपल. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग इन साइड एट ईज हैविंग ब्लैक कॉफ़ी, थोड़ा आराम से फ़ोन पे बात करते हुए चले जाते हैं. व्हाई इट हैपन्स? बिकॉज वही जो दो ग्रुप है लोगों का, एक को पता है कि मेरे लिए सब कुछ सिस्टम सेट है, मेरे लिए जगह फिक्स है, मुझे मेरा अधिकार निश्चित है. दूसरे जगह पे पता है कि मुझे अपना अधिकार लेने के पूरा झगड़ा करना पड़ेगा, आज से तो कोई देगा नहीं. सबसे पहले मैं जाऊंगा, अपना जो रुमाल फेंकूंगा, सामने कोई आएगा उसको ऐसे भगा दूंगा. सो इट हैपन्स इन बीड. आई रियलाइज दैट बिकॉज अगर लोगों का बेसिक काम नहीं होगा, अगर वहाँ पे 1 साल में 6 महीने तक गाँव में पानी नहीं आएंगे तो लोग आक्रामक होंगे. तो मैंने उनको बताया कि सिस्टम खराब हो सकता है, आप खराब नहीं हो सकते. दैट्स द रीज़न दे डिड नॉट अलाउ मी टू लीव द डिस्ट्रिक्ट फॉर 4 years. ये मुझे सज़ा भी मिली इसकी. और मुझे सीएम साहब ने बोला कि यू आर द फर्स्ट कलेक्टर ऑफ बीड जिसके कार्यकाल में बीड का एक भी झगड़ा सीएम ऑफिस तक नहीं पहुंचा है. तो आपने बहुत अच्छे से पॉलिटिकली भी हैंडल किया है. सो आई रियली फील प्राउड. जस्ट वन थिंग आई वांट टू से कि हम कभी भी क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, एम्पैथी और वी शुड नॉट एनालाइज पीपल, वी शुड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड देम. बस यही एक छोटी सी क्वालिटी है. आई एम नॉट अ वेरी इंटेलिजेंट ऑफिसर, आई हैव नथिंग ग्रेट इन मी, आई जस्ट बिहेव लाइक ए ह्यूमन बीइंग. दैट्स इट. थैंक यू सो मच.
खूपच छान नवल किशोर राम जी, कॉन्ग्रैचुलेशंस. और तालियां बजनी चालू रहें. थैंक यू. Now DCCIA Pune Award for Excellence Best Industrialist 2025 goes to Mr. Indranil Chitle, Managing Partner Chitle Bandhu, Pune. As the managing partner of the product business at Chitle Bandhu, you have played a defining role in transforming a much-loved legacy brand into a modern omni-channel, multinational enterprise. Since formally joining the Chitle Group in 2011, your hands-on leadership across manufacturing, automation, supply chain, and distribution has brought operational excellence and strategic foresight at every level. Chitle Bandhu today operates over 60 plus stores, 30 plus kiosks with a strong presence across airports, metro location and robust distribution networks spanning 10 plus states in India, along with digital commerce, quick commerce and exports to over 65 countries supported by subsidiaries in US and Australia. An ENTC engineer from VIT Pune and alumnus of Harvard Business School, Owners President Management Program, you bring a rare combination of technical understanding and global business acumen to the Indian industry. As a member of Board of Governor at IIM Jammu, Executive Committee member at MCCIA, Vice President at CII Pune GCC Forum, and founding member of Public Pune Policy Festival, you have actively worked towards strengthening Indian Institute linkages. In recognition of your outstanding leadership, in modernizing Indian industry and contributing meaningful to the broader business ecosystem, the DCCI is proud to confer you the prestigious DCCI Pune Award for Excellence Best Industrialist 2025. Mrs. Indraneel to please join us on the stage. Words.
First of all, truly grateful to be receiving this award. When I graduated engineering, the big question that many of the classmates that I was studying with used to ask me that, what is a Halwai trying to do learning engineering and technology? And that time, as a industry, we were just recognized as a cottage industry. It was only in 2018-19 when the formalized industry recognition for mithai and namkeen happened in India. I think we've all been beneficiaries of all the policy upheavals that have happened over the last decade, where thanks to all of these efforts, we are now not just being recognized for the food and the engineering that we do, but also for the culture and the food diplomacy that we are able to enable. I think the way to people's heart across the world is through the stomach. So we are trying to enable that for the country and exporting the culture as well. So it's truly a great moment where we are recognized for all the effort, and I am in eternal gratefulness for this. So thank you very much for this. And I have been a big fan of Prabhu sir in terms of all the work he's been up to in his time as a minister, even before and post that, where I keep reading some of the things that he writes or talks about. So that way, it's also a remarkable thing to be receiving the award from him, because it's somebody that I always look up to, and that way, from a public policy side, it's his work that is always inspiring. So that way, I think this goes on towards inspiring us to keep working harder. So thank you very much again, and I wish you all a very nice evening. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. So now it's the time for DCCI Pune Lifetime Achievement Award 2025 to Mr. Rajesh Sinha, Managing Director and Country Manager, Strategic Advisor to President CNF, John Deere India Private Limited, Pune. About Mr. Sinha. From your early beginnings in Patna to earning your engineering degree from Amravati and further strengthening your expertise through TPMI at JIPM Japan and the Executive Leadership Program at the Tuck School of Business. You have consistently believed in learning deeply, working sincerely, and leading with purpose. As Managing Director and Strategic Advisor to the President at Construction and Forestry Worldwide, you shoulder responsibilities for John Deere India business while providing strategic support to John Deere facilities worldwide. Your transformational contributions are not limited to India. During your stint at US and Singapore, you played a key role in the business expansion and strengthening enterprise-wide operational excellence. You have supported the shift towards smarter and leaner manufacturing practices, ensuring that systems remain agile and future-ready. Prior to your leadership role at John Deere, at Tata Cummins, you led major investments in Fulton and established strong operational systems at Jamshedpur plant, significantly improving manufacturing performance standards and aligning teams toward a shared goal of delivering values to customer. You have also served a board member and executive council member of several Indian and global organizations, contributing your insights to strengthen the broader industry ecosystem. Mr. Rajesh Sinha, your leadership exemplifies the power of strategic thinking, operational rigor, global impact, and values-driven excellence. You have not only strengthened global manufacturing systems, but also inspired teams across continents with clarity, humility, and integrity. In recognition of your distinguished contributions to industry and global operations, the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, Pune is proud to confer upon you the prestigious DCCI Award for Lifetime Achievement 2025. Give a big round of applause, everybody. बजती रहनी चाहिए। Congratulations, Mr. Sinha. We need your 2 minutes, please.
थैंक यू वेरी मच दिवेना। ये जो आपने लिखा है ना, ये कम से कम मेरे घर पे भेज दो, मेरी वाइफ और बच्चे तो समझ लेंगे, बिकॉज स्टिल आई एम स्ट्रगलिंग टू कन्विंस देम दैट आई हैव डन समथिंग इन माई लाइफ। आदरणीय सुरेश प्रभु जी, डिग्निटीज ऑन दिस dais and the dignitaries on the audience, my friends and colleagues. अभी सर ने मुझे बताया कि लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड का ये मतलब नहीं है कि अब काम ख़त्म हो गया, तो मैं उनको कहना चाह रहा था कि अभी पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है। थैंक यू। आई एम एक्सेप्टिंग दिस अवार्ड इन बिहाफ ऑफ and very humbly in behalf of all the people with whom I have worked in last 36 years. जैसे नवल साहब बता रहे थे कि there is nothing special, I can tell you that I am absolutely an ordinary student, average manager and an average CEO. What makes a difference is the blessings what I have. So I have a great blessings from the people whom I have worked with in last 35 years, whether my teacher who has taught me in the college, my bosses who has shaped my career, my colleagues who has always helped me and they were always there with me in every thicks and thins of my career, and more than that, the people whom I have worked with, my subordinates, my shop floor people, who has always been a big strength for me and always camouflaged by the weaknesses what I have as an individual. So big thank you to them, and thank you, sir. I am patient. So every time when we had a challenge, whether it was a COVID time or otherwise, the DCCI was always been along with us and helping us in taking care on all those situations. The same is true for your club, Rotary Club. Thank you very much. Because वो बड़े important time होते हैं। इंडस्ट्री जब चलती रहती है तो किसी को पता भी नहीं लगता. Things keeps on moving, but these kind of a situation when it happens, whether it's a COVID or any kind of a calamities or the situation, the people who stands with you, you always remember them. And that's how we remember DCCI for your contribution and the Rotary Club for your contribution in that time. DCCI also provides an opportunity not only for a bigger company like us, but also for the MSMEs for a mutual learning. That we learn from MSME how to be frugal, how to be agile. And the MSMEs also get an opportunity to work with a bigger organization, that how the systems and processes works. So this opportunity which is given by DCCI to all of us is really commendable, and thank you very much for that. मैं अंत में सिर्फ इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ, जो सुरेश प्रभु साहब ने मुझे कहा है कि कहानी अभी ख़त्म नहीं हुई, अभी शुरू हुई है. सो लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड इज़ ए गुड अवार्ड टू टेक, बट लाइफ इज स्टिल देयर, एंड आई विल बी putting all my efforts to work for society, work for the company, and work for the nation. And Ashok ji, thank you very much. When I see you and your organization, जब आपके बारे में सुनते हैं तो पता चलता है कि ये हम लोग कितना छोटा काम करते हैं और आप कितना बड़ा काम करते हो. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations once again. Vision inspires action, and action shapes the future. Now, let me take few minutes to share the quick bio of Shri Suresh Prabhu ji. Shri Suresh Prabhu is a globally renowned policy strategist, visionary leader, and sustainability advocate with an illustrious career in governance, finance, infrastructure, climate action, and international diplomacy. A 6-time member of parliament and former union cabinet minister, he has held 10 key position portfolios including railways, commerce and industry, civil aviation, power, environment, and heavy industries. He has worked extensively at village, district level, national, and global level across cooperative sectors, serving as the youngest chairman of Saraswat Bank and being on the board of the National Cooperative Union of India. As a global thought leader, he has represented India at G20, G7, United Nations, and several multilateral forums addressing top universities and policy platforms across 120 plus countries. He has co-founded leading think tanks including the Council on Energy, Environment and Water, and Shakti Sustainability Energy Foundation, and continues to guide global dialogues on energy, climate trade, and sustainable development. Suresh Prabhu is also a distinguished academic serving as a Chancellor of Rishihood University and visiting professor at the London School of Economics. Recognized globally, he has been conferred multiple honorary doctorates and awards by prestigious national and international institutions for his lifelong contribution to the public policy, innovation, and human development. With this, ladies and gentlemen, now I request our chief guest to please share few words and address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round.
Namaskar. Good evening, friends. So I must thank the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture for inviting me to meet such distinguished group of people. I'm really honored by the fact that I could give award to such distinguished personalities for such fantastic work that they have done, which I could never have done in my own life. Like the Municipal Commissioner, what he said struck me. I will come to it in a minute. Very important statement he made, and I think we should all remember that. And even the leader of John Deere, many others, someone who has done SNEH 1, the person who is working for such a good cause must have a good heart to make sure he actually reaches out to that section of society which is so far away from the reality of life, forget the pleasures of life. And therefore, I'm extremely happy. Thank you, Mr. Srivastava, and all your team members for inviting me and for the good work that you're doing. Actually, I came from Bangalore. I attended a program and I had to go to Ahmedabad. Now I'm going to take a flight, so I'll be very brief. But I just wanted to let you all think, we must think together, that a future of the trade industry, or for that matter, the society as a whole, is going to be completely different than what we are used to. For a long time we felt that this is out of the day. It's something like when the municipal commissioner or as a collector, when he's acting as the head of that district administration or now a city administration, he knows that there are certain rules have to be followed. Same was true for the global management. We knew that global affairs can be managed through something called international law. The international law is not passed by the parliament because there is no global parliament. Maybe United Nations is a parliament in that sense of the term. But there are treaties, conventions, which govern the whole world. And now we are seeing everybody is flouting what was accepted as a norm. You can just go and do anything that you feel like in other territories if you have power. And therefore, in that context, now we have to see how we are going to live in future. You are a trade and industry body. So mind you, my dear friend Aditya PT has written a very good book on 2047. But when you write about a future, you foresee and forecast about a future, you make certain assumptions. You believe that this is how the things are going to work. If you are going, nowadays the Google map is there, but there was no Google map when I was growing up. So we had to say, if I have to go from here to the airport, I was asking Mr. Srivastava, because I had to catch a flight. He said 20 minutes maximum, because he knew, he knows, he has traveled this area now and again. So we believed in something that I have to give an appointment to somebody. 20, 25 minutes later I can give because this is the distance I will travel in that time. So the business, so 2047 book accepts certain assumptions, presumptions, certain things on which the country will develop. But today, we are in a completely different scenario. Those assumptions that we are believing are no longer valid. There was something called, with great efforts, we could build certain global institutions. 1948, after the war, there was a GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. People realized it's not going to work, so WTO was created. And WTO brought in a huge, unprecedented global growth. I'm talking only about that because you are a Chamber of Commerce of Industry. And today, WTO is dead. This WTO has no power. So nothing can happen. So anybody can go and say, no, I'm not going to sell, I'm not going to pay you. Just imagine, can you do business like this? That if your supplier supplies you something, he's believing that you will pay him after the 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. So he in turn is promising his own vendors that I will pay you after some time. So there is something like a cash flow. Inflow of and outflow of cash he is going to think about and manage it. But if everything is collapsing, what can he do? So same thing for the countries. We are going to be in a very, very different situation. And therefore, we have to really think about our own development strategy. And maybe your Chamber of Commerce, with such good number of people with you, you yourself can also contribute to this thinking. I was talking to the John Deere leader and he was making a very interesting point. He told me that we are very good in supplying different kind of agriculture related equipments into US. But we don't export much outside for many reasons. But one of the reasons is that maybe they not be as cost effective globally. But just imagine China built up their own manufacturing capabilities only on one premise, that I am going to make everything, thinking that world is my marketplace. So I am creating cement plant. It is not to sell cement in China. They will obviously sell cement in China, but I will sell cement globally. And in the process, they created global capacities. The advantage of that was that you could actually amortize the cost on a much larger production base And therefore people used to wondering why China can sell so cheap. Because of scale. If they are producing such high quantities, they could do that. But today China is also realizing that it's not going to be valid. Of course, it's a very different matter. That China had a trade surplus of $1.1 trillion that no other country ever in history has ever got such a trade surplus. That too at a time when US had put virtually prohibitive duties on China. So, and US was the biggest export market. And despite that, China could do that. But that may not be true for future to come. But I'm saying now. So the one strategy was, which Aditya would also be thinking like this, and rightly so, he has written a very good book, would be thinking like this, that let's we create something for global market. It's not true. Now we have to think about doing something for the market on which you have some control. Other markets you have no control. Somebody will say, no, I don't care what you have said, I'm not bothering. Even if there's an agreement, like US has signed so many trade deals with so many countries, and next day said the deal has no meaning. I'm not going to, now they put extra, they said no more trade with Spain because Spain didn't allow them to use their base for striking Iran. So said nothing. Now what is the relation between trade and striking? I don't understand. Anyway, so this being the case, we have to think about our own marketplace. And I'm saying only because of limit, otherwise we can go on, but I'm just talking about from Chamber of Commerce point of view. Now if you think like this, then we can say we are not a small market, 1.5 billion people. But our 1.5 billion people, number is there. But do they have the purchasing power? Can they buy 1.5 billion people can buy everything that is available in the market? They cannot. And therefore we are giving free food to 800 million people, 80 crore people, because they cannot enter the market. And therefore we have to find out how to increase the purchasing power of these people so that in real sense of them, that becomes a marketplace. Not just people, but a market as customers, as possible buyers. And to do that, we'll have to think about a different strategy. And therefore, what Mr. Commissioner made a very interesting point, where I struck me. He told his people that system kharab ho sakte, aap kharab nahi hai. So he's actually telling them, I am trusting you. People are not wrong. The system may wrong them. People who run the system may be wrong. But people generally are not wrong. And therefore, this is something which we'll have to think differently. How to make, and this is the second, I'm not talking about extension of that point, that how to increase purchasing power, I'm making a separate point saying that we'll have to make systems work in a way that we trust people. We have to make sure that the governance is now going closer to people than there is a bridge between governance, our government and people. And governance is a bridge. What is the governance is something which you cannot see. It's an abstract term. The government you can see the commissioner's office. But why you have awarded him, and I agree with you 100% for giving him an award, most deserving person to get that award. But why that award is not because the chair that he has occupied, but what he is trying to do from that chair, and that's why you are given him this award. And what he is delivering from that chair is governance. Whereas that office of his is government. But what he is delivering from there is governance, and therefore people must feel that I am enjoying and experiencing the governance. And to make that, we'll have to change systems a lot. To make sure, how do we do that? Like for example, just imagine that this person who is now trying to take care of these young kids, समजा तुम्ही हे काम केलं नसतं तर काय झालं असतं? कोणती म्हणू शकतं माझा काय संबंध जाऊन त्यांना काय व्हायचं त्यांचं होऊन दे. पण तुम्ही तो विचार केला नाही. So how do you create a society now of people who will have that empathy? Today we are saying there is an accident on the road and we just walk away, saying that that's of course a problem of our criminal justice system. But this is what unfortunately is happening. So therefore we'll have to create so many different building blocks to build up a modern society. One, as I said, how to create a domestic market. Secondly, how to create a new governance structure where people will feel that yes, this is my government. Maybe I'm not getting everything I want, but this is my government. Like, many times in a child, he doesn't get everything from the parents, but still he's angry, but not, he never disowns his parents because he knows they also have some problem. वो आज नहीं कल मिलेगा, salary मिलेगी, कुछ तो होगा ही होगा. So this is what the trust, we must build trust in people and people must be able to trust our own government. That's a very important aspect. That's what we'll have to build up on the times to come. Now we are also a Chamber of Commerce Industry and thankfully you added agriculture. Not many people do that. See, we have a big issue here. In our GDP, the share of agriculture is 15% or a little even lower than that. Whereas more than half of the population depend on agriculture. So why society is poor? If 15% income is shared by 50-55% of the people, obviously it is not, you don't have to go to the economists to find out why society is not as rich as it should be. So how to increase agriculture income? How to increase the contribution of agriculture to GDP is a very difficult thing. Because if you want to increase the share of agriculture into GDP, then the other services and industry, we must outpace them in terms of growth. Then only your share can increase. If your services are growing at 10-15% and the base is already so high, industry is growing at say 7-9% and the base is also not as high as services but higher than agriculture, then if you want to increase the share into GDP, then you must grow at a much higher rate. Then you can outpace them. That's not easy to do. But what can happen is, and what should happen is, how to increase income of those whose livelihood depend on agriculture. And that's possible. There are many strategies for that. We can work on that. We should think about it. But all of this should be doing in such a way that over a period of time, in this changing geopolitics, when the world is changing, so we cannot take many things for granted as we thought they will be there, what is that we should try to do to make our own societies less dependent on the rest of the world? We have to definitely work with all the countries of the world. We are signing many free trade agreements. That's the right thing to do. I was also Commerce Minister, so I know the importance of it. But at the same time, we should also be realizing that these agreements are as good when they are signed. And when it comes to implementation, it may be meaning something completely different. And therefore, in that context, we'll have to see how to develop our own strategies for our own development and growth. And when you say development and growth, it's not just economic development, economic growth that is important. What is important is how does people at large really feel that they are participating in this and they are also beneficiary of this. That's a very different thing. We may have 9, 10, 11% growth, but people have nothing to do with growth numbers. They'll see what is my life. Has it changed? Has it changed for better or it's not? I just give an example. When I was Commerce Minister, I had worked out some sort of a different approach. We said each and every district of India, they grow at 2% or 3% more than the baseline. Suppose a district is growing at 7%, now start growing at 10%. A district is going at 4%, it starts going at 7%. What will happen? When you say GDP of India, what is GDP of India? It's the GDP of all the states put together. What is the state's GDP? Where it's come from? You can call it GSDP, but what it's come from? It's come to aggregation of district only. So ultimately, if you start, what happens in district gets reflected into the overall national statistical survey, statistical compilation. But if you reverse the little bit and say no, the compilation happen nationally, and therefore we presume now 8-9% growth means 8-9% growth all over the state, all over the country, people have benefited. It doesn't happen necessarily like that. And therefore, if you start making district grow first, and if district grows like he was a district collector, just imagine, he has all types of responsibilities, all. So there is no responsibility which district collector is not held responsible for, except one. And that is, economic development is not his responsibility. He is not, nobody is going to ask him question why your district has not grown at 8 or 9%. Suppose you change this and say that district collector will be responsible, district not collector but district administration, will be responsible for economic growth. What will he be doing? he'll make sure that he now brings in more and more economic activity into his district. And if you want economic activity, he'll first map it and find out what are the resources available in my district, human resource, natural resource, and how do I leverage those resources. Therefore, we chose 6 districts from India, north, east, west, south, and we asked Indian Institute of Management to do the baseline studies. Because baseline is important, otherwise they would say we are growing at 20% more than last year, because nobody knew what was the number of last year. So baseline, we did the study, we prepared strategies, and actually speaking, it really benefited in understanding it. Of course, we did not pursue that project in the same manner as which we should have, but if we do this, then the growth will happen in the district first. It will get captured into state GSDP and national GDP little later. But people will feel that something is happening in with me. The entire district administration will be focused on very important aspects. So they will be aligned. What Chief Minister of Maharashtra as the Finance Minister of the state presented budget yesterday. So he has some priorities. He said so many $1 trillion of GSDP for the state. First state to be $1 trillion GDP, $5 trillion GDP by so and so. It's a very perfect idea. But that is his own priorities. Nirmala Sitharaman presents a budget in New Delhi. She'll give her own priorities. So there is, Chief Minister of Maharashtra is of course trying to align his priorities with the national priorities. But is there any mechanism to align all these national and state priorities to the grassroots level? Is there any systemic issue, systemic arrangement that we have made to make this happen? And therefore, suppose we change it a little bit, then things can change dramatically. But that's only one part of it. Systems are as good as the people who run it. So once we have, see, just imagine, he's the same person, went to a district, the people said, no, I don't want to let him not go from us. Why? What is the reason? Was he giving them something except good service? Justice? That's what he was giving. But that made the difference. So how do you now sensitize our people in the administration, in the bureaucracy, in politics? All people's representatives, how we make them little more sensitive, people more understanding, closer to people, that's very important. And that is also going to decide whether we succeed in making economic transformation possible. This is not going to happen. The economic transformation is something different. This can happen that I make one dish at the afternoon, so that one dish is economic development. Afternoon, I'll make something else for lunch. So it doesn't happen like that. There has to be a holistic approach towards development of India. And therefore, to make that happen, we'll have to work on so many different aspects of that. And your chamber, being a neutral body, with such brilliant minds, with people coming from different backgrounds, understanding, they understand world, they understand local because they have to sell locally. So such type of people, you should try to think together, and try to work on a strategy. But I can tell you something, we have incredible potential, but not the results commensurate with that type of capital that we have. And to make that happen, we'll have to work together and work harder but differently. And don't take past as a guiding principle. Past is gone. Like, for example, just imagine, for a long time, we were thinking that this is how it is going to work. That Iran also must have thought that this is international law, how can somebody come and do me? The president of Venezuela must also be thinking, I'm the president of my country. Maybe I not won election rightly, wrongly, is a different matter. But I'm still the president of the area in which I'm sitting. My own people can decide whether I should remain or not. But just imagine, overnight he's gone somewhere, he doesn't know, his people don't know, nobody knows. Even he probably himself may not know where is it actually lodged. But so in that situation, past is not going to be guiding us. We'll have to work out on a completely different thinking to make future better for us. And therefore this is the time. Thank you for organizing such a nice, beautiful evening. I am very happy that Deccan Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture is taking and thinking a little differently for honoring people in different areas. Someone who has HR, because human resource is going to be the most important resource. That's the only resource we have. Some countries don't even have human resource. Dubai doesn't have human resource. They import people. the population of UAE, or particularly Dubai, is only 10% local. There is no other country in the world which has such a disproportionate share of locals and expats. So 90% come from outside. So they are imported people. But our strength is people. So you have HR committee. You have committee which deals with environments and other issues. That's another important issue. And you just mentioned he also worked on water. Our challenge of future is going to be water in a significant way. Also energy, because now we are importing energy in a significant way. Water we are not importing, but I don't think this far away that we'll have to import, because we are only 4% of the fresh water. We are relying on groundwater, which is fast depleting. And we are now doing not groundwater extraction, but in many places, groundwater mining. And that's very, very risky and dangerous, because that also contains arsenic contents, which now will be actually drinking along with the water. So in that situation, natural resource also will be important. And your committee is dealing with all these aspects. So once again, I am sure you'll all work together to make a good plan for future. It's not I'm asking that you should do the plan and government will take a plan holiday. This is everybody's responsibility, but you also can contribute and work towards it. So thank you very much. All the best to you. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. You all really deserve it. When I was reading to citation, I was wondering, I wish I could be 1% of all these people accomplished together. So thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for that inspiring address. Gratitude is the foundation of strong institutions. I now invite Mr. V.L. Malu, Secretary, DCCIA Pune, to present vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks at the conclusion of this eventful annual award function. On behalf of DCCIA and its members, I express our sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Shri Suresh Prabhu, for graciously accepting our invitation and sharing valuable insights with us. Your presence has truly elevated this occasion, and your encouraging words will certainly inspire our members to continue striving for excellence for their own enterprises and for the country's excellence. I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to all the awardees. Of course, now everybody knows it. I would not like to name all the awardees. These awards recognize not only outstanding performance, but also the spirit of innovation, perseverance, and commitment that drives industrial growth, social upliftment. Your achievements and work you are carrying out are on inspiration to all our members. I thank VIP for sponsoring this event. My sincere thanks to all executive committee members who devoted their time and expertise, and jury members in selecting the deserving award recipients. I would like to thank DCCIA staff and volunteers whose meticulous planning and dedicated efforts ensured the smooth conduct of this event. I extend my appreciation to hotel management, hotel staff for excellent arrangement. I would record my appreciation to all members, industry colleagues and guests who joined this event on invitation. And have a pleasant evening and sumptuous dinner. It is waiting for you.
With that, may I request all dignitaries and award recipients to kindly assemble for the group photograph, a moment to capture collective achievement. Please come over the stage. All the award recipients, please step forward and come over the stage. committee members also please come and join us on the stage.
त्यांना बोल ना अर्धे खाली थांबा म्हणून वांदे जाणार सर थोडे नीचे रुकाइए ना. अच्छा इतना बड़ा मागे यशवंत ये मागे ओके बसते.
शैलेश एक मिनट आ जाओ शैलेश सर क्लोज फ्रेंड एक फोटो सर थोड़ा इसके ले लीजिए डिफरेंट फ्रॉम दिल्ली सर क्या आप तो ही पढ़े ये यस लोग सिस्टम खराब हो सकते हैं सर सर वेरी वेरी यू नो दिस इज नॉट अ स्टेटमेंट फिलोसफी हाउ यू डू एवरीथिंग
करना था भाई आइए आगे आइए
थांबन नाही थांबन परत
चोरी हो गई तो उनको
वन फोटोग्राफ विद आवर अनाउंसर
ब्रिटिश टाइम पे लगा था ये चोरी है तो चोरी करेंगे ना अब वैसे भी चोर बोले चोरी करो
यस
सर भी
फोटो पाठव
26 तारीख को
नाही ते एकच द्यायचं शेवटचा ग्रुप फोटो बस.
Sir, we had this 25 years ago. He is the first lifetime achievement awardee that time, and he is there. He is in the Nasik Kumbh Mela. He is one of the there. Please come. एक फोटोग्राफ ले लो भाई सर. कसा साहब के साथ एक फोटोग्राफ ले लो. ये नासिक वाली.
यस
सर दिखते हैं I will send you my number.
उस टाइम ये निकाल के सॉफ्टवेयर जा रहे थे.
ट्रायपॉड सिद्धू नाही आला काय हां त्याला पण बोललो हे आले पाहिजे ते
जब ये मूव करके सॉफ्टवेयर में जा रहे थे दैट इज द टाइम वी गिव द लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड. ही वाज वर्किंग फ्रॉम मानुष भाई के
वेरी वेरी गुड फैमिली है, मुंबई के हैं।
और ये नासिक से सर भाग के इसके लिए ही आए, बहुत
सर कुछ पडेल तुम्हाला भेटतो
सर आहे साठी वर आहे का
चांगलं छान काम करतात म्हटल्यामुळे मला आनंद झाला. तुम्ही एवढ्या एवढ्या पोस्टवर आपल्या गावातल्या माणसांना हाँ ये देतो काढ ना काय करायचं मग आता तर विचारतात का काम काय नाही हरवलं आता आले
पांडा पण होता ना त्याच्या जोडीवर पांडा पळून गेला मला कळलं मध्ये एकत्र होते
कोणाची आपल्या कशी त्याची बॅग इथं